Hey everyone, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well today. This is part two of what's going on in Congress. So if you missed part one, I will go ahead and list it. So if you want to watch this video, at the end of the video, I will put it right here. Okay, so part one. Okay, so they're different questions. We did a post to the community, and so the community had a ton of questions, enough for 2 episodes so far. We might have a third if you have additional questions after we go through these. Okay. And I just want to remind you, as I did in part one, that the goal here is for us as light workers, empaths, to have an understanding of what's going on. Rather than, we're not looking to create fear in ourselves. If you do feel fearful from the information, then I would ask that you click off, okay? Then go watch my unicorn video, or go watch something on soul contracts or light workers or something. You know, there's a lot of stuff on the channel that's not politically related, all right? If it helps you to understand what's going on so that we can then direct our attention, the love and light we want to send out to the folks that are struggling right now in Congress, which is really what they need from us, that if it helps you to understand that so that you can send that love and light, then this information might be helpful for you. Okay? All right. So let's start with a little prayer. If you're new here and you're wondering what's going on, I do have a start here playlist. I think it says, are you new to the channel? Start here. And so you might want to check that out at some point. It'll explain all this. Okay. All right. So I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides and guardians, and ask Archangel Michael to please protect this channel so it's only of the light. Amen. Hey, you guys. How are you today? Cool. All right, so we have 18 questions we'd like to ask you regarding Congress. Kind of a step part two from the ones we've already answered. Is this a good time and a good idea for us to be pursuing these questions? Yes. Okay. Is there any reason, can you guys try not to swing both? Thanks. Is there any reason for us to not pursue these questions? No. Okay. Can we trust that you will just abstain from answering if it's not a good idea for us to have the information? Yes. And I will remind you, entertainment purposes only, everything's allegedly. Depending on what your questions are. I don't know what they are yet. So, all right. So question number 1, we have 18 questions. Is someone other than DJT running the country? No. Okay, good. I mean, maybe good. No, I guess that is good. It's better that it's out in the open. Okay. So let's clarify though. So he is running the country? Yes. Is EM also running the country? No. Okay. So EM has kind of been put in his place? Oh, wow. Yes. Probably after that whole like send 5. Do you guys know that like 21 people from Doge resigned altogether because they took an oath to the Constitution and they are not going to break that oath, which means he wanted them to. So interesting, right? It always is a little challenging for me because I'm like, well, I don't know if they should leave, but they were being asked to do things that they were not going to do. So they were probably going to be fired. It would probably been better to be fired, but one, because you can collect unemployment, but hopefully when all this is said and done, will those 21 people who resigned from the department, whatever Doge is trying to take over, will they be reinstated? Yes. Okay, great. Will they be reinstated kind of in the same capacities? Because I'm wondering, no. So will this be an opportunity, since everything will be kind of broken, will this be an opportunity for us to actually build systems back better? We all know whose motto that was. Okay. So this is like a true opportunity, will be a true opportunity once we're through all this chaos. Yes. Okay, cool. All right, number 2 is one of the reasons for trying to get rid of the FBI so that they won't be investigated. Yes. I mean, it's just so it's so blatantly obvious. It's crazy. I wonder, do they know how blatantly obvious it is to us? No. Okay. So they're that into themselves that they really have no concept of how obvious it is to us? Yes. Okay. Isn't that interesting? That's a narcissist for you. The whole group of them is like one big narcissistic. It's almost like, it's groupthink, right? Narcissistic groupthink. Yeah, they're really trying to look at this. Yes, narcissistic groupthink. Yeah, it's interesting. They can't see it. Okay. Number 3, can we trust Bernie Sanders? Yes. Nice. Look at that wide swing. Number 4, is Bernie developing a plan? Yes. Will he be successful in implementing it? He deserves his day in the sun. He has been sitting back, just waiting, and I mean, is Bernie as genuine as he appears to be? Yes. Nice. Is he more genuine than we would say Biden? Oh, yes. Okay. All right. Not that Biden isn't, but we don't have that argument. Would you consider Biden a genuine? Yes. Okay. But just maybe they're just different morals. Yes. Okay. Are the Democrats are the Democrats creating a plan to stop EM and F-45? Yes. If yes, are OAC and Jasmine Crockett creating the plan? Yes. Are they just a part of it? Yes. Are they leading it? No. Okay. So they're a part of it. Is Nancy Pelosi leading a plan? I mean, is she involved in this at all? Oh, because she's been like, I looked her up because I thought, where has she been? I haven't seen anybody talking about. Look at, so she is behind the scenes. I think she's okay. All right. I think her husband had surgery, kidney surgery. I think her daughter gave her husband, her dad, a kidney. And so he had kidney surgery recently. So I'm sure she's been. So is she just quietly working behind the scenes? Well, that's good to know. Okay. Is Liz Cheney working with the Dems behind the scenes? Yes. Is Pamela? We could go. Pamela makes no sense, but you guys come up with so many interesting ones. It's awesome. So is our Mamala working with the Dems behind the scenes? Okay, I could tell that they were about to shift there. So no, she's not. Okay. I think they liked when I was calling her Mamala. Yes, okay. So no, she's not. Is she needing to stay neutral at this point so there's no conflict of interest? Yes, okay. Smart. See, we got a smart one on our hands. Will any Republicans leave their seat before re-election because they are being threatened? No. Would they be threatened even more if they left? Yes. So they're being threatened to even stay. They have to stay. Yes. So if you guys are wondering about the threatening part 1, we talk about that. Number 9, are the spirit guides of any Republican congressmen or women creating doubt in their minds to show that things need to move in a different direction? No. Is that because they're not asking for help? Yes, you'd think they'd be praying though. Okay. So would you do that if they asked for help? But are they following their intuition at all? Is there any intuition going on here? No. Okay. Are they very much in their heads versus their hearts right now? Yes. Okay. Yep, that'll do it. Are there any Republicans who will ultimately stand up to F-45? No. Will a better new Republican Party form in the future? No. Okay, so let me break that down. Will there be a Republican Party in the future? No. Apparently going into the golden age, Adamus, I listened to Adamus on Mike Sandler's podcast. I'll list the episode below in the description. I've got a whole bunch of notes on that. I'll be talking about it over the next couple of weeks, but he basically said that democracy is coming to an end, but not in a bad way. It's just coming to an end because we don't need that power. We won't going into the golden future, because he talks about it too. He just calls it the golden era, I think, which is what DJT calls it. But we already determined, I think I asked that question in another session, and they're not the same thing. They're not talking about the same thing. So DJT or F-45 and Adamus are not referring to the same. I think DJT is referring to power and control, So anyways, the democracy we're not going to see, democracy is going to be different than what we're not going to need it. We're not going to need it. Is that true? Okay. Okay. Will there be any kind of governance going forward? Yes. Okay. But it'll be a different kind of governance. Will that, if there is going to be a split between 3D and those moving to a different world or a new Earth, will the 3D still have this kind of governance? No. Okay. Well, that's a whole nother conversation. We won't go there. All right. Because now, if you're new here, you're like, what? What's going on? All right. Let's see. Will Republicans and Democrats find a way to work together to stop F-45? Yes. Okay. Will we know that they had played a role in stopping him? No. Okay. So it will never come out, because I think we established already the military, CIA, FBI. Was that in this one or part one? We're going to be the ones who put a kibosh to this whole thing. Is that correct? Okay. All right. Will NATO have anything to do with it, or the overseas, anything like that? Yes. Is that because the guy from Prussia is involved? Yes. Okay. All right. Let's see. Will the U.S. military be able to keep our country safe with DJT as president? Yes. Is that from external terrorism? What about from internal terrorism? Yes. Will that be 100%? No. Okay. All right. Is there right now, as of this recording, which is the 26th of February, should there still be caution in bigger cities, let's say, like DC, New York City, LA? Should people be at least cautious, keep their eyes? Yes. Okay. All right. Are any of the past living presidents concerned about what is currently happening? Yes. I was going to show you. Oh, here, let me show you this book real quick. I've been wanting to have this conversation. This is so interesting to me. I found this at a thrift store. So I paid $3 for it. It is George Bush, his paintings, Out of Many One, Portraits of Americans Immigrants. That's how much he values immigrants in this country, enough to paint them. So I found that fascinating. He also painted, it's pretty good, huh? That's really good. So I'm excited, but I love the out of many one. Out of many one. That is the motto for the US. I don't know how to say it in, I think it's Greek or Italian or whatever, but yeah, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? So is Bush concerned about what's going on? Yes. Okay. So are there any of the past living presidents who are not concerned? No. Do they have any influence at all? Oh, they do. Okay. And what about the vice presidents? Do they have any influence? Like Mr. Cheney? Okay. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Will the people come together to demand positive change? Yes. Is this really big? Is this an energy we will see in March? More so in March? Like kind of building now? Yes. Look at really wide swing. Okay. I only say that because I'm understanding the energy in March as I've been studying it a little bit and hearing from other channels, is that the chaos, especially the internal chaos, the internal struggles, it's going to be more. And not, I don't think from light workers. I think from people who got duped, you know? So they're the ones that are going to start. Is that the case? So people who are feeling duped by DJT, will they start stepping up and showing up? Good. Will this make a difference? Yes. Okay. Good. Would millions of Americans protesting 24/7 stop what DJT is doing? Yes. Okay. Excellent. Do we have to do it 24/7? No. But millions of Americans showing up, it would make a difference. Yes. Will those who participated in the charade be held accountable? Yes. Will they be forced out of office by midterm? Yes. Will they be forced out of office in 2025? Yes. Okay. I've heard some different timelines. So I know Sterling, if you guys ever watch Sterling, I'll list him below anytime again. I mentioned another channel, I'll list him below. I know he has a prediction, and again, timelines shift, and especially now because things are going so fast. And the more we wake up, the more energy we send out there, the more love we send out there, it could make it faster. It could make it push out too. But so he's saying more like summer, like beginning of summer, I think, like June. But I've also heard a lot of people say March. So we'll just see, you know. Okay. So we'll see what happens. So this looks like the last question. Let's see. Okay. Yep. So last question. Will DJT be charged for crimes against the US? Yes. Will he be charged with treason? Yes. Wide swing. Will he be actually jailed for treason? No, of course not. That little stinker. He's still got a lot of karma. He's got a lot of karma to deal with, doesn't he? Yes. Okay. Well, we'll let the karma deal with him then. Not in a bad way. I don't want that coming back to me, cut, clear, cancel, but we'll just let things play out the way they need to play out. Is that because he is going to be able to move out of the United States? Yes. Is he gonna go live in Prussia? No. Would that be a threat on his life if he did that? Yes. Is he going to go live in Saudi Arabia? Oh, yes. Okay, well, that'll be interesting. We'll see what happens, but interesting. Okay, so now that we did that, let's just do a little centering, deep breath. Okay, so just, it doesn't help going in my mouth though. It's better to go in through your nose. I'm just doing this because it helps me to stay centered. So blow it out. Just blow it out. Have a little, and then we can cut, clear, cancel, cut those cords, get those cords all disconnected from us. We don't need any of those cords on us. But the nice thing is we are aware. And because we're aware now, we can send love and light to all the people, even DJT. If you can separate, I'm learning that if you can separate DJT from his behavior, it is much easier to send love and light to that spirit having a human experience, doing what he's been asked to do, but not quite in the right way. But, there's reasons. I mean, if you learn about his childhood, there are reasons why he is the way he is right now. Okay. So when I've talked about this, I think when I did DJT's soul contracts, there's 3 episodes on that in the Ask the Spirit Guides playlist. I'll post that right here. I said I would, oh yeah, I know what I'm posting here. So when this is over, it'll show up right here. And when you think of little Donnie, like little Donnie was not born this way. So think if it's harder for you to send love and light, if I can get past the behavior, I'm finding that's way easier for me. And if you can send it to little Donnie, like inner child, his inner child, the adult inner child. Maybe that'll be easier, because it would be helpful if we would do that, because it might soften him. It might slow him down. All that kind of stuff, and everybody else in DC. So, all right, we can do these things besides writing letters, besides showing up with our signs, whatever you're called to do. We can have an impact big time. So, all right. Well, I hope this was helpful. If you did enjoy it, I'd love it if you gave us a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, that would be amazing. And we'll see you in the next video. All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye.